We actually have some shocking live footage, the 1 minute footage that was missing from the Epstein from the Epstein tape, in which the FBI and Department of Justice say that no, Epstein did not self-delete. Oh no! No! Ah! Oh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. You know, things are getting real. So I think it's only fair that we do talk about this, because this has been such a huge shake to the Trump administration. Because since then, the Trump administration is right now in a bit of a panic mode, or at least that more, I should say more so, that the MAGA influencers who were having a little victory dance when Trump was bombing Iran. And again, there's been at least a lull period for the ceasefire. I mean, again, Israel and Iran, and by proxy the United States, there's no military engagement, no airstrikes, no missile launches, no naval bombardments, no nothing. So may the peace hold. But now MAGA and a lot of its influencers are in a bit of a quandary, because Trump did run on releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files, and here's was his response. We will play it in its full entirety.
Sure. Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey.
Now, I want to be clear on this here. I just want to pause here. YouTube, this is the secretary. This is Pam Bondi, Attorney General, speaking about this. Just throwing it out there.
Epstein, child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to.
Oh, how convenient.
That there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Now, the jackass. Now, here's the thing. I won't be able to pull up your message on the video. But Jack Acid was saying, well, who's on the video with the victims, for example? All right. That's the cleanest way I could write it. I'm sorry. Listen, YouTube's going to be making more changes, and I'll be talking about that a little bit later on the show. But, okay, yeah, who was on the video? And not to mention, look, Trump, you knew the guy. Bill Gates knew the guy. Bill Clinton knew the guy. The Prince of Wales knew the guy. A lot of people knew him. A lot of people knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. This isn't open for a discussion. This isn't open for a debate. So people want to know what's going on. Hell, I want to pull up this video here. This is from Tucker Carlson. I just want to pull this out here for everybody that's listening and watching right now. I think it's rather hilarious.
I'll speak for myself. I never thought that I would be offering an apology to Jeffrey Epstein. I think of all the times I've maligned that guy, all the times I've accused him of crimes, of blackmailing people, of trafficking children to powerful figures around the world on behalf of global intel services. And then I learned yesterday from Attorney General Pam Bondi, that's totally untrue.
Yes. Yeah.
The guy killed himself after 36 days in prison for no reason. He was a billionaire. He had no clients. He'd done nothing wrong other than get like naughty massages 20 years before. And the guy killed himself, another pointless death. And then his best friend, former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, doing 20 years in prison for no crime. There are no victims.
Yes, it's a victimless crime. They're obviously persecuted by the state.
Yes.
They're political prisoners, really. It's the Hague should come in and do an investigation, or we're watching one of the most systematic government cover-ups of all time.
Oh my goodness gracious, Cretaceous. Someone please just remind me. I just want a quick reminder here. Okay, if there is no list, there are no victims. Why is Miss Maxwell still behind bars? Hashtag free Maxwell. What? We're gonna have that conversation because you know something. Probably Maxwell's thinking behind bars like, wait, there's no tape. There's no list. Why am I still here? I'm going to make a devastating prediction here. I'm probably 50-50 wrong on this, all right? So 50-50, right? Don't be surprised if Maxwell's let go. I know, everyone just calm down. Just calm down. But it's like, okay, so wait, Trump. Wait to everyone who's a MAGA influencer, from the cat turds to everybody else. You're telling me that this was all just smoke and mirrors now, that everything that people were talking about since 2019? Because I remember when we talked about it. I remember when Harlan's media talked about it. I remember it. I remember it like it's yesterday. And yet I'm supposed to believe that that this is all just supposed to, we just should sweep it aside. It's underneath the rug now. We need to move on.org from our lives, because even CNN's taking pop shots. And when CNN's roasting you, Trump and MAGA influencers that are diehard supporters of Trump, you know what? You deserve to be mocked. And I'm going to add this on here as well. To Trump supporters, to everyone out there, you have every right to be mad at your guy because he made this promise, and everyone across the political spectrum has every right to know who Jeffrey E. knew, and these rich people play these games with each other. Are you telling me that he didn't have dirt on these rich people so he can get favors from them later on? I mean, come on. No, I'm not believing that. I'm sorry. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the most prolific trafficker in international history, not just American history, but international history, somehow did not have a list of the people who he associated with. And here's another thing too. A lot of these rich people, these politicians, these people of influence, when you say you didn't know, I don't believe you. You had to have known in some way or form. In time, one day I'll tell this story, but it's not me directly, but it deals with somebody who I know a long time ago. This is decades ago, long before even Kit Cabello came into existence. But I got a story that was passed down to me by a very trusted, reliable source about somebody of influence and power, and how they told this person, all right, hey, you need to stay away from this individual, all right? Don't be anywhere near, and don't be alone. I say this because of all the parties in which we've seen Epstein at, all these events, people knew. People knew.
So what's really going on here? I mean, what's really going on? Well, experts such as our friend Julie Brown from the Miami Herald, who's been covering Epstein for years, say that the notion of Epstein having an easy-to-access client list is likely a red herring. And that's what the Trump administration is relying on, that there likely isn't a list per se. But they are also now relying on the fact that because it's MAGA influencers who often put forward so many falsehoods, legacy news media won't push the point, that while there might not be a list, there are certainly files that can be released. There's a trove of information that the Trump administration is right now refusing to share. Information that could well point to the powerful folks who availed themselves of the sex trafficking victims of Jeffrey Epstein. If you go, for example, to the FBI vault online, you can see that there are 22 files containing thousands of pages. Most of them are heavily redacted. Now, sure, of course, redact the names and identifying characteristics of the victims. But why not make the victim and witness testimonies public? As Julie Brown points out, there's still so much we don't know, from the investigations by U.S. attorneys in Miami and in New York, witness interviews in the U.S. Virgin Islands and New Mexico. Brown writes that there's still more evidence that hasn't been published, including, quote, Epstein kept video cameras in most of his residences, and Epstein's autopsy, nor the report of the investigation into his death, has ever been made public. So while there may not be an official client list to be released, as the administration is now saying, there's a lot of extra information that is not being made public, despite Trump's Justice Department basically now saying case closed. This isn't going to go away. The public, you're being played for fools here.
And yet there's the same corporate media that told us to dismiss the Epstein files too. Don't forget, the media, the establishment media did play this game here too. Remember? I know I remember. And I will never forget, and I brought this up on the post-duopoly show with Due Dissidents and RBN. Hey, remember when ABC News, they were caught with their pants down, no pun intended, with James O'Keefe, that video that came out, Project Veritas? Remember that? I remember it. I remember it. And how ABC News had everything. The victims, the people hurt, and yet, that's interesting. Now there's no list. He did himself in, even though the autopsy says something different, which is what his family found out. Yes, I know. Hey, listen. Even the most vile of people have family and they have concerns for their loved ones. But the autopsy said something different. So what exactly went down? What happened? I want to pull up this video here.
You got a 99%
on Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
I think most people believe that, right? Like, it's no way that that's.
I actually think it was
true.
I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was.
Hey, folks, we can all work together as a family. Which one is it? Which one is it? What do you think? My money's on Turkmenistan. My second money's on North Korea. No. It's not those two. But I don't know. What do you think it could be?
It was domestic inspired to take out of him. I think that was a foreign operation, government sponsored.
So foreign operation.
Tired of lies. Starts with an I. Ireland. It was Ireland. No. Iceland. No. I don't know. Who could it be? Oh, we're going to be here for forever. We'll never find out.
Operation took out Epstein inside of our prison.
Yes.
So they must have been allowed to.
Oh, I think it was
Right?
in concert with people in our government.
Wow.
But not at like some, low level guard getting bribed kind of way.
Yeah.
At a state to state level.
So that's probably a lot of partied interests in keeping that under wraps.
You better believe it. Weapon systems at play, global deals at play.
Interesting. You have data, you have evidence to back that up?
I just am positing it as a theory.
Now the chat's saying countries that start with an I. Ireland, Iceland, India, Indonesia. Mamma mia, not Italy. Iran? I had to be them. Iraq? Huh. Well, I'm at a loss for words here. I don't know who else it could be. Maybe I'm missing somebody. I don't know, folks. We'll have to find out. This is a mystery that we're stuck here for forever with. But speaking of mysteries, hey, what happened here?
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file.
Oh, okay. He got a memo. And speaking of which, folks, here it is. If you missed out already, you're tuning in. This is the missing footage. Look out, Jeffrey. Look out. No, this is AI. All right. But still, man, I mean, I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous. Imagine that. You see your cell door open and there's Hillary going, ha, 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 ha. I want to play something else here, too. Something else here that would be interesting. What's going on here?
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is I mean, there's
that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting of the Catholic school.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen that, right? It's not the Nashville police or PD saying we don't want this out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities get funding from the DOJ and FBI for local programs. And if you don't cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game. That's why you don't have a Black Book.
But the Black Book, it's not just sitting. I mean, that's Hoover power times 10.
And to me, that's a thing I think President Trump should run on. On day one, roll out the Black Book. And not just that. On day one, roll out all of the text messaging communications we were told were deleted. On day one, play the rest of the video of the pipe bomber. On day, one of the reforms I talk about in government gangsters is you need a central node to be continuously declassifying. This is another thing they do. They overclassify. And I'm telling you, as a former number 2 in the IC, they overclassify 50% of the stuff there to protect the deep state. Oh, no, you can't see that. Nothing to see here.
Changing his tune. Like, what happened there, buddy?
Gina was a master at it, of doing it. And we still haven't seen half of the Russiagate report that we wrote. Still under lock and key. On how the ICA was originally constructed. We put 10,000 man hours against John Brennan's team that did it. And we found out why they came up with their bogus conclusion. But we couldn't sell it to the world because we couldn't talk about it. And the government gangsters came in and buried it. All of these things, there needs to be a continuing central power, whether it's the White House or offsite, that says,
Transgemini writes, isn't he now the director of the FBI? Tell him to give us the damn book. Shout out to my Kick audience. Shout out to my Rumble in the Jungle audience. That's right, everybody. And, I would say to everybody, they're supposed to do a cover-up. I mean, come on. do a better job. I mean, that's what you should do. I mean, in theory. Then again, this could be it. No, this is AI again. It's AI. I know. I'm having way too much fun here. Perhaps I'm having too much fun for my own damn good. But I do want to pull this up here. The missing minute in Epstein jail video fuels speculation. The 11-hour surveillance video recorded near Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell contained a minute-long gap, fueling further speculation about the circumstances surrounding the notorious pimp's death. Trafficker. According to the U.S. Department of Justice and FBI, Epstein committed self-deletion at the Manhattan Correctional Facility on August 10th, 2019. Oh, what an innocent year. So much I want to warn a young Kit Cabello about while awaiting trial on trafficking charges. However, some have claimed that the late financier and registered offender could have been murdered, possibly by wealthy and powerful people he supplied with underage victims. On Monday, the Department of Justice and FBI released a 2-page memo. Did you get the memo? On the Epstein affair, along with surveillance footage, and the video offered only a partial view of a stairwell leading to Epstein's confinement in the prison special housing unit, rather than the cell itself. The footage abruptly skips from 11:58 on August 9th to 12 a.m. on August 10th. My goodness, there seems to be a minute gap. The review concluded that a no-client list of Epstein's ring was ever found and no evidence of blackmail. There were no grounds to investigate uncharged third parties, the memo stated. So they all got away. They flew away. They went bye, bye, bye. Since 2019, what have I heard from the most diehard? And here's the thing. We here on the left also wanted to see that list. I don't want to hear anything from Alex Jones because, look, I'm not going to play Alex Jones crying in the car. It's like, like, nobody is whispering in Trump's ear to have him betray his campaign promises. This isn't Lord of the Rings where he's the king of Rohan and worm tongue is like, no, he's not doing that. Like, no, Trump is in charge of the Department of Justice and FBI. At the end of the day, they answer to Trump. Okay. And that video where Trump is like, oh, you're going to bring it up. Well, hey, folks, MAGA influencers, especially those who went to bat hard for Trump during the 2024 election cycle. And since then, now, during his first 6 months, you guys should be furious. And I'm glad that there are people out there who, were Trump supporters, MAGA influencers, who are like, hey, wait a minute, what the hell? Because the thing is, a lot of people went to bat for him. And I know this feeling because guess what? I went to bat for Bernie Sanders. Again, Bernie Sanders disappointed me in different ways than Trump has, okay? And then there's also AOC and the squad and all of that. But I say, for one, I welcome everyone across the political spectrum to be part of this show in this community, but also to be speaking out saying, hey, what the hell? Like, you cannot treat us like we're stupid here. We see it. We see the cover up in real time, in 4K. You can't hide this. There are answers. There's too many smoking guns. There's things that just don't add up. Things that just don't add up. So if you're going to sit here and pretend that everything is all good, everything is fine, no, it's not. We, the American people, demand answers. We want to know who's on the list. There's been numerous times in which people have said that there's a list. There's been numerous. I mean, he knew too many people. Jeffrey knew too many people. No. Let's have democracy in the chat, guys. Hey, Hard Lens Media. How many people we got watching us here on YouTube? We got 218 beautiful people watching us here on YouTube. We have 80 people watching us here on Rumble. We have We got like 15 people watching us here on Kick. And how many people we got? Okay, well, 13 viewers only on X. Okay, we don't got the hundreds of views. We don't have the hundreds of views, but look, that's enough. Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for Kit. I believe what the FBI and DOJ has delivered before us. Type 2. No, I don't. Come on, dude. Don't even ask that question. You know it's wrong. We all know it's wrong. Everybody knows it's wrong. As we should. As we should. And this really calls in the light of the overall MAGA, I guess, influence industrial complex. I would say to people who, feel disappointed in your favorite influencer and all that other stuff, I would say get angry. I want to pull up just a tweet here that caught my attention. Just want to pull up a tweet here. A few tweets, actually. Actually, a few tweets. We here at Hardlands Media even participated in a voting tweet. Because why not? I believe in voting. Just a little bit. I believe in democracy. I believe in democracy. I do believe in democracy. So I'm just gonna pull this up here just so everyone can participate like a family should, because we're all family here, right? We're all family here. And I'm even gonna retweet it. But let's pull this up here for people to see, to witness, to understand, and to enjoy. Representative Thomas Massey wrote, was Jeffrey Epstein an asset of a government intelligence agency? Look, I just voted for this, and I just said, yeah, he is, and I retweeted it too. This guy, the lectern guy, says, I can't believe I served more time in federal prison for moving a lectern than any of Epstein's clients. At least I got a cool photo. You know what? I'm actually going to like that. I'm going to retweet it. You know what? Here, real time. I am sorry that happened to you. There you go. This is all insane. Insane what we are witnessing. I think I spelled that right. There you go. Witnessing. Did I spell that right? No, I probably did not. And I'm spelling wrong in real time. There you go. Come on, spell check. Witnessing. There you go. Witnessing. There you go. Boom. Hey, listen. No one should go through that, man. No one should go through that. And then finally, of course, just waiting for this from Thomas Massey. Grifters running out of things to grift on. I'm waiting for Trump to tell me what to believe. You fell for it again. No, well, look, here's the thing. None of this adds up. People don't have anything to run on. We're constantly being lied to. We're constantly being dragged around. And this should be expected from the establishment for constantly giving us shite. Be upset. Be furious. You had these people who at one point made it their career to talk about the Epstein files. And now all of a sudden, now they're in positions of power, they're not saying anything at all. I'm still sick to my stomach when we saw those influencers jumping up and down holding those files, stuff that was already publicly available. If you're not angry, what's wrong with you?